Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I'm on early this morning. I hope I'm going to be able to find some friends to show you something that I found. I'm sorry about coming on early, and if you miss it, you can catch this on the replay, Cricut chat on the replay. But I have an appointment to go for I have to do blood work before I get my next treatment on Thursday. So I had to come early. I hope you don't mind. But I wanted to, good morning, Sydney. Hello, Meredith. Hi, Tom. Hi, Emmy. Good morning. So this morning I'm a little early and I apologize for that, but I remember yesterday, hi, Susan. We were talking about Infusible ink in the pens, and then I remembered that there's this wonderful new product. Hi, Cindy. There's a wonderful new product to use with Infusible ink, and it's called aluminum sheets. This is what this is. It's not listed right now under Cricut blanks. I don't know why. And it can be used for engraving. When you look at the back of the box. Hi, Penny. Hi, Amy. Roxanne, hello. So it can be used for engraving, but one of the things I noticed when I got this was it had Infusible ink compatible on it. And I thought, can that be? And I checked with my friends over at Cricut, and boy, they said, yep, you can use this for Infusible ink. So of course I had to try it, and this is what I did this morning. So easy. Yeah, and this is it's an aluminum sheet. This particular one comes in 3 different sizes. This one is 5 by 7, but and so I found this lovely Namaste Lotus in Cricut Design Space, and I can send you the file when I'm finished with the video. And I chose one of the new Infusible ink patterns. It's called Marble, and I chose this pretty pink pattern, and I put it on the aluminum, and I wanted to show you how it went on. It was so simple, no stress. So if you are, I'm also not a t-shirt wearer, so for me, can everybody hear me? Cindy's saying she can't hear me, but so I'm not a t-shirt wearer. So for me, I tend to be more with the Infusible ink. I tend to be more on either giving it away, like t-shirts to give away, or using the coasters, the tote bags, things that are a little bit different, not t-shirts, you know. And it's so simple. I have to show you how it works, and also just kind of give you a little primer on how Infusible ink works. So when you're doing Infusible ink, it doesn't matter if you're doing it on your Joy or your Explorer or your Maker. The only thing that matters there is the size. Is that you're going to take your sheet, which is a 12 by 12 sheet, and if you're using the Joy, you're going to have to cut it down to 4 1/4 inches. Okay, good. Thank you, Emmy. You can hear me. Okay, thanks, Penny. So you have to cut it down if you're going to use the Joy, but you can use Infusible ink on the Joy and on the Maker and on the Explorer, and actually on the older machines as well. So in the older machines, you'd have to fiddle with the pressure. But then, so when you cut it out, you're going to put the shiny side on the mat, and this part, the sort of matte part, is going to be facing up. And so you have to mirror your image, just like with iron on. Okay, so you mirror your image, and that's important for this case because of the word. You want it to come out not backwards. That's what mirroring is for. It doesn't really matter about the image so much as it does the wording, okay? So when it comes out and you cut it off, it's really got a papery feel on plastic. So here's the back. It's a plastic. It's not the same as iron-on. It doesn't weed the same as iron-on, okay? It's really papery on there. See how it goes. Hi, Lori Jo. Yeah, I think the aluminum is really fun. It's really fun, and it's got a lot of possibilities. So I just started this morning, but I have a couple of aluminum pieces. So this is how it comes off. Now, if you're used to iron-on, you know it's more like a plasticky feel. This is not. It's a paper. And what infusible ink is it's paper that is infused with this ink, that's why it's called infusible ink, on a backing. This is the backing. And the backing is a little sticky, but not quite as sticky as you would have on a regular iron-on. So I'm just kind of, for folks that have done iron-on but have not done infusible ink, you would simply peel off this part. You don't need a weeding tool to weed it. You simply peel it away and uncover your design. So now, and so it's papery. Now, in the case where you might have peeled it away, but there's still paper there, you're going to want to take that off, and you will have to do what people call crack and roll. So here, what you do is you're going to come up to the design like this and peel it away, right? So we got to peel away all that design, and sometimes a little piece of the paper gets left behind, and that's okay. In some cases, some people have reported that it's not cutting all the way through. If it's not cutting all the way through, you can increase the pressure on your blade when you're cutting, and it will cut all the way through. But you don't want to do that if you're not having a problem with the peeling, because it will cut straight through the plastic backing, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so here I am just with my fingers, not using anything but my fingers, and I'm peeling away all of the negative space or the parts that I don't want on there. You got to keep an eye and make sure that you're getting all of the pieces. You have to really look and make sure. I think I got it all off of the Lotus, and this is what you end up with. You don't have to do this design, obviously. I found this one here. It's Be Kind, and I did it in this like purple and blue marble, which I'll put on a t-shirt. I can show you how to do that on a t-shirt. But today we're gonna do the aluminum sheet because it's just so interesting and different. So, all right, let me get rid of all my pieces. This is just pieces. Now, there are some of you that may want to keep those pieces. I don't know if you do that, but you could certainly do that, and that's up to you. So when I'm doing the aluminum sheet, I already looked on, and let's just go here so I can show you. So here's the heat guide, and I want to use the heat guide. Good morning, Bren. I don't know. That's a good question, Anne. Anne is asking, can any aluminum be used, or does it have to be Cricut? I don't really know. I suppose we could try, but this just happens to be a product. This is the aluminum sheets that I'm talking about, and it comes in 3 sizes right now on Cricut. There's 4x4, 5x7, 8x8, and in this particular box, which is the 5x7, I got 2 in here. So I already did one. I'm going to show you the second one. I don't know. There is a very specific way to do this, though, when I was looking. And I'll show you on the heat guide. So I'm going to use my EasyPress 2 today to show you how to do it. So I've chosen EasyPress 2 on the heat guide, and then I'm going to choose Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet, which is what I'm using, and then the base material, you'll notice on the Infusible Ink blanks it says aluminum sheet here. So I think they added that recently. So we're going to choose aluminum sheet and hit apply, and it tells us that we should preheat it for 15 seconds, and then we're going to put the press on at 385, and we're going to press it for 40 seconds with no pressure, and then a cold peel. There's no image on this. So normally they'll show you an image, like, you know, when we do it, the baby bodysuit, it would show you how to stack it. But they do tell you how to stack it here, which is from the top down. It's the press, then butcher paper, then the transfer sheet face down, an aluminum sheet face up, and the white cardstock or butcher paper, and then your mat. Okay. One of the things when I was looking at this application is that these sheets come with plastic on them, I guess, to cover them so they don't scratch. So here is, again, you get two, but I already used one, and they come with two sides. So here is what looks like a blank side, but actually has a piece of like thin film on the top. Okay, so it has a piece of thin film, and then on the back it looks like kind of goldish, and that is actually from this film. So what they suggest first is to take the gold part off, and I just used my fingernail, see? And I just peeled it away. Now they said that this is the back and I should somehow mark it as back. And they said I could use tape or something, but I'll remember. Or I could, nope. I want my heat press to be ready for when we do this. Hold on just a sec. Let me see if I can mark it with a little marker just to say that that's the back. I don't know if it actually will dry. So there's the back. And then so the front, it looks like there's not anything on here, but if you use your thumbnail, or, you know, you don't want to scratch it, obviously, but there is actually a piece of plastic film covering. There it is. I suppose you could also use like a pick, like this. But you don't want to scratch it either, so be careful not to scratch it. So you pull that off. I don't know. It would be interesting. I don't get out to go to like the hardware store or the hobby shop or anything, and ours are closed except for essentials, so I wouldn't be able to go and just kind of locate some aluminum sheets. Maybe something that could be found on Amazon, but you notice I'm not touching the surface because I don't want to somehow smear it. I'm trying not to touch the surface here. Okay, so here we go. So I've got both sides, and that one's marked as being my back, and this is my front. Okay. Now I have my EasyPress mat, the small one, and there's some paper that I'm putting there. That's just to protect the mat from what it says, and this is the top part. Now, according to the heat guide, I should heat this up. Let's see, just make sure. For 15 seconds, I should heat this up. And so I can do that. Here's my butcher paper. So I'm going to heat it up. And I have it on 385 already. I'm going to do 15 seconds. So I'll just wait until it goes down to, what, 25 seconds? 15. And I'm not moving this, and I'm not putting pressure on it. So, okay, so that's enough of that. So I've just heated it up. All right. And then I'm going to take my design, right? This is actually, ooh, good thing I made two of the exact same thing, and a good thing I take a look at it. This is the one that I already did. You can see it looks like it's still new, but this one is more vibrant, so I know that that one's used. So there's a little bit of stick on this, which is going to help me put it on the aluminum. And I started with the bottom and sort of made sure that the bottom fit on that sheet. Now your sheet is hot, so be careful of that. and you don't have to touch it too much, but just to kind of press it down. And there is a little stick there, so it holds it in place. And then I'm going to put my butcher paper on top, and I'm going to turn this on again for the 40 seconds. No movement, no pressure, okay? So we're just going to do it for the 40 seconds. And while I do that, I just point out that this particular is called Patterns Marble, and it comes in like a purple-ish, like blue. Actually, this is more of a bluey blue, and this is purplish. And then there's the pink, which is what we're using, and then there's kind of like a orange and green one. It's 4 sheets, and it's one of the brand new ones that I showed you last time. It's called Patterns Marble. And remember, when you get a transfer sheet box, in it you'll find your butcher paper. Oop, it's done. It's very, very hot, so we're gonna leave it. We're going to leave it until it cools down a little bit. But inside you get your butcher paper, and it's usually in a box that is like, I'm sorry, not in a box, in a piece of plastic, but I opened this one. And what you get is your rolls of sheets in here. So I get 4 rolls of sheets. I've already used 2 of them. There's where I put my extra. But so I've already used 2 of them, and this is what the sheet looks like. This part here is going to go on the mat, and this part here is going to face up. All right, and and I think for storage purposes that it's best to continue to store this, although some other people have said, you know, you're supposed to store these flat. I haven't found that to be an issue. Where I think the thing that really does interfere with these sheets is moisture. So you don't want to have it in a moist area or get any kind of moisture in there, okay? And then you want to store your butcher paper. But as I mentioned yesterday, you know, they give you quite a few pieces of butcher paper, and you can use it for when you use the Infusible Ink pens. Let me just put this back in here. So tomorrow what we'll do is we will do this bee kind on a t-shirt. It's a bee. It says bee kind that I did this morning. We'll do it on a t-shirt. I'm going to give it to my friend who runs the community farm. I thought that was really a cool idea. So let's do the great reveal. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Billy. Sure, Cynthia. Have you used these before? I think that these aluminum sheets are great for engraving, and so I had purchased mine for engraving purposes. So let's take up this sheet and see what we got. And it's still very hot. Whoa, it's super hot. And that is our... I don't want to touch it too much because it's really hot, but it's really cool because it's got that marbling effect to it. This would also look good on a t-shirt, I think. You know, maybe even the gray t-shirt, I think it would look really cool on. But that's it. And you could frame this or just kind of put this on a shelf or a ledge, and or incorporate it somehow, maybe even into a card. It's very thin. See that? It's just really pretty. And I could see, I mean, this was just with me playing for a few minutes this morning, and coming up with a few ideas. I'm sure that there probably could be a use for engraving and doing infusible ink on it. And I'd love to try that, but I just didn't have time this morning to do it. But it's really pretty. I think you could frame it for sure. You could put it in a frame like this. Again is 5 by 7. This is still hot. Just be very careful. This one is still kind of hot. But isn't that really fabulous? It's a great design, which is, again, is in Design Space, Cricut Design Space. And it just works really well. Let me show you really up close. It is not iron-on. It's really infused into that. I'm sure I could wash this and it would not be a problem if I needed to wash it for whatever reason. And it's really like it's painted on there. See? Get real close so you can see. All right? So that is just my, just really quick working with Infusible Ink Transfer sheets and the aluminum sheets. Now again, the aluminum sheets are available at Cricut.com, and they come in 3 different sizes, and they do say infusible ink. I don't have an answer for if any old aluminum sheet would work. I really don't know. If I get my hands on something else, I can try it. I know when I tried just like a piece of ceramic tile, like I had this ceramic tile here, and I tried. I think you could definitely. Lynn is asking if you could put this outside. Good morning, Teresa. Because it's really on there. I don't see that it's like gonna lift, or I mean, it might fade from the sun if you put it in the sun, but wouldn't that look really nice in a garden? It's not, and it's not like I'm gonna lick it. Nope, it's not coming off with water, and I'm doing this with my hands and everything. It's not coming off, okay? So there is, I'm sure that you could probably put it somewhere, maybe not in the sun. The sun might fade it a little bit, but other than that, I mean, it is really on there. I've never seen anything quite so interesting done at home with our home machines. I think it's really fabulous. So again, the aluminum sheets is what I used for this. I used a 5x7 aluminum sheet, and then I used this brand new Infusible Ink Patterns Marble. One of the pattern that I used is this pink and orange color, and the image is in Cricut Design Space. If you type and look for Namaste, or you can also type in Lotus, and you'll get, actually Lotus will give you a whole bunch of different Lotus material, different Lotus designs. So that's all this is. It's just simply a design from Cricut Design Space, which I cut out using my Cricut. Good, thank you, Dorothy. Yeah, so, and I cut out using my Cricut. I put it on my mat with the plastic side facing the mat, right? So the design part is up. And I cut it out, I peeled it away, just like, just peel away all the negative space. And then I turned it over and put it on the aluminum sheet, and then used my heat press to make sure that it got on the aluminum sheet. Really clever, I think, and really just quite an interesting result, if you ask me. So that is today's demonstration. Again, I'm sorry to come so early, but it looks like we did get quite a few people to come and see the demonstration. Today I have to go to the hospital for some blood work because I have a treatment on Thursday. So just a heads up, on Thursday, Cricut chat will have to be at a different time because I have my treatment at 9 o'clock. But tomorrow, I think what we'll do is we'll continue on with the Infusible Ink, and I'll show you how to do this on a t-shirt. This is the Be Kind that I cut out that I thought was really pretty, and we'll do a t-shirt as well. And then I've got some great paper projects. I know you guys love the paper projects, so but I wanted to show you some of these brand new Infusible Ink transfer sheets out there. I wanted to show you how you can achieve this look. So thank you everyone for coming today. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to see you again tomorrow, and we'll do that t-shirt with Infusible Ink. And then let's see, on Thursday I'll just have to figure out what I'm going to do for a time for that. So yes, it would, Emmy. I agree. You know what? I do have, in fact, I do have a tote bag that I could probably put it on, and we can probably do that tomorrow. That and the t-shirt would be a good thing to show you how it comes out. I think this is real pretty too, the Be Kind. So then aside from that, I think I could show you the coasters if you're interested in the coasters as well, because those come out really darling, and I really like the way that they come out. So thanks so much for coming today. I'll see you again tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow when we discuss more on the Infusible Ink Transfer Sheets. Thank you, Billy. Love you too. Thank you, Missy. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you, Vicky. See you tomorrow. And Dorothy, see you tomorrow. You too. Everybody have a great day. Goodbye now.